My content is for 13 and up or adult collectors of the product. Hello everyone, for this video it is the review of the Interstellar Drop Battle Set. So before we continue with this video, subscribe to the channel with bell notifications on and let me know, what do you prefer, the top level or double levels or Prominence Phoenix or Devastate Belfyre? We're gonna have two polls for the comments. So this is Hasbro's new battle set. We had the opportunity to demo and do as much coverage as possible for this video. So in this set, it comes with probably the best stadium they've done for QuadDrive, and probably in general, way better than the Battle Tower, I can say that much. So this set has two levels. There's one where it's at the top where you can put that little yellow thing there, and then after there's without the yellow part there, it can drop down. And two levels. It's a lot of fun to actually try out. It does come with two bays, Devastate Belfyre and Prominence Phoenix. So hopefully it's gonna be good. We're gonna find out, and all the best. And keep in mind that we did the best possible coverage we could with our circumstances. So with our resources possible. So it's not your typical, you know, review that we tried to do, but we tried to do the best we could for the video. So with that being said, let's go through it. So for this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Interstellar Drop Battle Set, Devastate Belfyre, Prominence Phoenix, Gimmick, 2 battle levels. And then after it comes with 2 attachments. If we flip it now. Yep. Okay, now we're going to take a look. So for Destruction Evo Belfyre, there's attack, there's stamina. It's got 17 in attack. We'll find out. There's a little bit of a shine, but that's Belfyre. Then after, you add the level there thing, 2 attachments, the stadium, bays, prominence. Alright, well, we're going to take a look at it. So this is what it looks like when you open it. There is a little piece that is on the inside that if I take this off, help me out. Take this off again, help me out. There's a little piece right here. So this little piece you're supposed to add on the, let's show, on this level. And then after, if you don't have the 2 levels, you have this. Or if you want to have the 2 levels, you have it there. So going over our part by part, we're going to be starting off with our drive chip, which is Evo Belfyre. So this is the evolution to the previous Belfyre. Both of these in the set, both of them, have, I would say, probably the strongest slopes I've seen for QuadDrive. I did try to put a normal driver on it. These are probably the best we've seen to where I can actually say, like, solid enough. It's at least way better than Valtryek for a reference point. Both of them felt fine. I didn't think it was the driver spring because I made sure to use a normal one like the yielding for QuadDrive, so very pleased to at least say that, even though both are locked in a set. But let's go over. So obviously we have, when you compare it to the dangerous Belial, right? So the original Takara Tomy release, visually it looks, however, just to mention, obviously the quick thing is that for the Takara Tomy release, it was a part of the overdrive system, and how that worked was in a strong shoot, you could activate stuff. So for there in a strong shoot, you would actually get a burst stopper. Now that burst stopper was supposed to help with your burst resistance, and that was the idea with the strong shoot. Obviously not present there. However, at the very least, the slopes are decent enough. So we at least have that good going for it. And we then after get to our Devastate blade, which devastated to see, but in all honesty, if they weren't gonna do the gears, nothing they could have done could have saved it either way. So obviously the original one had the rubber and everything. Really, this only worked with the F gear, but you can basically say that for all the Belial stuff, it needs the gears. But since this one in particular, there is no gears, even for QuadDrive only and for the Hasbro stuff, the hits are not going to be as strong as you would really need them to be. So I really recommend, if you are QuadDrive only, right, Hasbro only, whatever, use something like Salvage or whatever for attack, because Devastate is not going to cut it. Moving on, there are the gravity rings. So for both of them, yes, they're not metal, whatever, just to mention them, 2 and 10. Moving on from there, what was very odd was the disc choice for Belfyre, actually. So for Belfyre, they picked the Sequex disc. Now, this was a little strange because if we look at the actual All Might driver, it's basically Nexus shape. So I would have thought they would have just given it Nexus QuadDrive, because that would have made a lot more sense to me. But they apparently molded the... They did mold the metal parts of the thing with the Nexus shape on the driver, but they didn't pick the... It's honestly very strange, but I think Nexus would have made sense. Whatever, who cares, right? Now, when we go to the All Might driver, so All Might is, again, an overdrive part. So how All Might worked, and they've kind of done this, so the stamina mode is, I guess, trying to emulate, without the attachment, how it is in this state before you launch it, and then after, when you hard launch it, when you would hard launch it, you would get to this flat state where it can't really free spin. It can free spin if I reset after when it's normal. Also, there was a little bit of a bound, air quotes, bound thing there with a little spring. Obviously not there, but just to mention. And yes, this thing would free spin. Obviously for Hasbro, it is just regular. So, I mean, for QD, for what it is, you can probably at least get some, like, speed battles. I don't really think... I think maybe Prominence has a lot more going for it than Belfyre, to be honest, other than maybe the chip. But that's pretty much it for the Belfyre. So next up, for Prominence Phoenix, the drive chip, you know, obviously if we do a side-by-side, we can see... at the very least, the slopes are better than Valtryek V7, so it does have something going for it. Very funny, though, that the one time that we actually get it, like, nice, it's in a big set. I mean, aside from that, whatever, I guess. So next up is Prominence. So I did think they would have done the shield, because for Union Hypersphere, they did give it the attachment, and they did do Revive and Dread with the thing. So no, the shield does not come off for the Hasbro version. To quickly explain, for Takeratomi, there is a light mode. So in light mode, the armor comes off very easily, right? This is a projectile that's in the stadium, goes around, hits whatever, and then you have the base shape. And then after, if you wanted the heavy mode, it's just... So then after, if you lined it up on the blue parts, it would be the heavy mode. Now in heavy mode, the armor is harder to come off with. You know, that's how they did it for their Phoenix. Obviously not as thick. It at least does have a round shape. So I do think... Obviously, you know, seems been not too sure, but I do think the stamina should at least be better than most of the QD stuff we've gotten. It is a circle shape. I would have liked to see the shield, but what we get is what we get. They have done tapered. Tapered is actually, speaking of tapered for Hasbro, so even though, yes, it's slightly different from Takeratomi, a little bit more hollowed out, whatever, Tapered is actually probably one of the best QD discs that are for Hasbro, at the very least, because it's got a pretty good weight to it, so Phoenix does have that going for it. So then after we get to the performance tip, so for Takeratomi, it was Metal Universe, so it was Universe with a metal cap, right? And, okay, so basically how the metal driver worked was, I think they were trying to make it stronger resistance, whatever. This is like the modified one, so you're not going to wear any teeth or anything like that. So it's just regular for Hasbro, right? So the base of it is supposed to be Zone, but to be honest, it doesn't really feel like Zone. It's more like Zephyr again. It's not even semi-flat, it's just flat. As far as Universe QD goes, so Universe QD, They at least got the red, right? That's what I can say. So Universe has the free spin section here and here. For the Universe QuadDrive attachment, none of the QD drivers actually have gimmicks, aside from, let's say, if you want to say, oh, it can attach whatever. Upon closer inspection, I still don't think it's semi-flat. If it is, it's really hard to tell on the thing, and the lighting is probably playing tricks on me, but if it is, it's very tiny. The rest looks fine. I do think that the shade of color on the driver is not correct. Does not really match the red that's on the Metal Universe. They should have gone for what they did for Universe Speedstorm Metal. That would have been a little bit more accurate in the color scheme. Then after that, there is the Octa and the Merge attachment. So yes, the Octa thing doesn't really have any metal on it, whatever. It's kind of funny. I mean, they gave bonus things, whatever, so cool, I guess, is pretty much my thoughts for both of them. I don't really think... I mean, maybe the Octa one can be useful, but probably the Merge one, not really. I mean, at that point, there's no rubber on the thing, so it's just a really awkward-looking fusion. For Evo, Belfyre was about 4.72. 7.96, and then after for Devastate it is 6.52. Here it is 9.91. Then after there, obviously the gravity range here would be like what, 13.64. Then after for the Sequex disc it was about 25.34. I don't know, if I guess if I wanted to weigh the metal part, like yeah, 20 whatever. And then after the other part of All Might for this, for Takara is 17.66, but obviously altogether, it gets to like, as a diffused disc driver, 38.10. For Hasbro, it's about 5.6 for the base of All Might, and then after for the attachment, it was about 2.35, and then after that, for the final weight, it was about 45.92 grams. Then for this one, it is 69.6 grams. So for the Phoenix core, it is about 4.61 versus 7.56. Then after Prominence, we got to weigh it 2 times, actually. So Prominence, the base is 5.2, and the armor, or the shield, I should say, 9.46. Now for Hasbro, the Prominence blade is 9.57, and obviously if I combine the two, yeah, it's like 14.67 grams. Then after tapered there was actually a nice one, 26.55, 29.48. For Zone QD or whatever it is, 5.26. And then after that was about 3.18. Then after Metal Universe was about 11.04. Okay, after that, the final weight was about 50. Oh wait, also the gravity ring, right. The gravity ring is 1.58, and then after this is 13.4, is about 76.17. Octa is about 3.2 grams, and then after the Merge attachment is about 1.19. So for this part, you gotta just put the 4 pins like that on each end.
So go like that.
Gotta push it in, each other's best.
In here?
In here. There is an exit right there that's not covered.
There's an exit here?
Yeah. So after that,
we have this one. Stop.
So.
We gotta take a picture of the thumbnail. Okay.
So that's what it looks to me. This is what it looks. So this is what it looks like normally. You can see top level goes down. There's an exit. If you don't want 2 levels, you put this little add-on piece and it blocks it out. If you want to get the little add-on piece out,
Okay. What do we have here?
so Belfyre and Phoenix, other attachments maybe after. All right, test launch. Can you do an overhead? So what happens actually is that they get trapped in the middle, kind of, and they're trying to knock it out. So gonna try Belfyre. 3-tone red. And these are both really tight, by the way, so very surprised. So Belfyre will go around, and then after there's obviously the center. Yeah, we'll do as many battles as we can for the video. Okay, so first one goes to Phoenix, then after they have without the attachments, just to show off, quick launch. It's really tight, the other one. Seemingly tight, at least. Yeah, so you can see that Phoenix obviously is a lot stronger.
The other level?
Yeah, just
The other level?
these little attachments so we show off everything. So this is with the Octa attachment. You can see that it looks funny tall. And after we'll get this with
So it's the gears. These are the gears.
no, these are the attachments, extra ones. So these real quickly. Okay. Alright. Yeah, Phoenix is clearly the best one of these. Go stick. Okay. So we're gonna now. So now what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be showing this off. So this is now with the double decker, and after we'll try to see if we can throw in high mode. We don't have much time. We're already done. Beautiful. That looks good. This is probably where you're gonna get the most entertainment out of your battle.
Another one?
Can we get this in high mode?
Yeah.
Okay. Belfyre. And the best part is now that we can see the orientation correctly. So even though no stop or whatever, slopes at least better than what I thought. Got it? Also notice they molded the parts of the necks as part of the thing on the driver. Okay, let's see. So no issues really dropping down. It looks cool. It looks cool. The Beystadium is definitely the highlight for this, like 100%.
Well, okay.
Now we're enemy accurate. Tell me, okay, now it makes sense why they did the pocket there, because...
Pop it out.
So the pocket is there so you can actually get it out, but you can KO. So last one, so we're gonna actually manage to do a full review now, are we? Amazing. So for this one, and this is really aggressive by the way, it's not really balanced. You can see it's a whole flat really. So okay, so Phoenix is like by the longest shots the best one in the set. Okay, just want to get this proper. Yeah, enough time to do one.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't got enough time, but for the viewers, we'll do it. Yeah, with TT bits, they're gonna have fun in the stadium, 100%. 100%. This is a good, this is probably one of my favorite stadiums, right? We just gotta get off the piece now. So, already, come on, give the final hit. Oh, the armor's gone, and what happens?
I'm just gonna wrap up the video.
So, final thoughts to leave off with. Basically, the same thought I had with the Motor Strike. So, you are really only getting this set if it's going to be for the stadium. That is where I think the most value you're getting out of it is going to be. It's going to be on the stadium. I think, to give them credit, we're going to forget they ever did the Battle Tower. This is probably their best cutie stadium and probably going to be my favorite one overall, that's other than maybe the Motor Strike. I think the stadium is done well enough. I don't really think the top level whatever thing I would ever really do it, but the bottom, you know, dropping down is something I really, really enjoy. So the stadium is definitely a lot of fun. And, you know, it's kind of just how Hasbro is, right? You know, we can always say for the most part the stadiums are done pretty well. Pretty well. You'll probably see QR codes already for the Phoenix and the Belfyre. The bays, I think Phoenix was a little better than expected, at least for what I have there. I think Universe attachment maybe can have some use. The base of Zone, whatever, is just another like Zephyr, basically. For the Belfyre, yeah, I guess you can get some aggressive stuff, whatever, but Devastate probably not. Really, it's just the cores for the two of them, so at least if we want to have something useful for Right Spin, Right Spin at least has something going for it, so hoping we can see some good use out of it. I do think probably Prominence has a good chance to be better than Cyclone QuadDrive. And yeah, that's kind of it for this video. So I say whatever I was able to say, cover whatever I could cover. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of this set? What are your thoughts on how they handled this stuff? Let me know. And yeah, that's really it for this video. So I want to mention that we have a store. It is an optional way to support the channel. We're going to have a pre-order for Gatling Dragon that is still up, right? We have other stuff like Random Booster, we have DB, BU, and there's actually a weekend sale on our shop. That's right, if you go to shop, if you see our actual shop, right, you will notice that there is actually a 10% off most BU bays automatically in checkout. So you will see very specific stuff, whatever it is that we have there, that is discounted for this weekend. And that's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and bye.